Hi there everyone, Mark from Retribution Gaming here, and I'm welcoming you back to my Random Sunday Funday series inspired by Retro Break. And today, for the last video in the series, no, your eyes do not deceive you, this is a Game Boy Color demake of Pokemon Scarlet. Now this is only the first part from what I gather, and I mean I don't know how far we're going to get into it today, but yeah, I figured I'd save this one for last, as I dare say this is the one that's got the most packed into it. But also please do watch until the end of the video, where I do have a couple of honourable mentions that I don't think warranted their own video in the series, but I thought I'd give them a mention anyway. So yeah, hang around after the end for that. But we'll do that when we get to it. Right now, we're going to see what the Game Boy Color version of Pokemon Scarlet looks like. Hello there, welcome to the world of Pokemon. I am Clavel. People call me the Director. Many mysterious creatures inhabit this world we call home. Creatures known to us as Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battles. I myself direct the Uva Academy, the very same you applied to. So, what's your name? As we're playing Pokemon Scarlet, I like the idea of Scarlet. Right, so your name is Scarlet? This is your neighbour. You'll find her to be quite competitive, if I do say so myself. What was her name again? Well, come on, that is obviously Nimona. Yes, I have played Pokemon Scarlet. Well, actually I played Pokemon Violet, but either way, yes, that is Nimona. Of course her name is Nimona. Scarlet. Well, it's time for you to dive into the world of Pokemon. Your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world where you'll find your friends, find your Pokemon, and find your true self. Right, so here we are in, where does this one take place? Paldea region, which if you aren't aware of is, I believe, based on Spain. So yeah, let's just take a quick look at our room here. It's a game with Mario throwing a hat onto a T-Rex. What a surprise. Oh look, that's a Nintendo Switch. She was playing Mario Odyssey. It's no time to use the PC. Very own wardrobe that's adorned with Pokemon stickers. A map of Paldea. This house is in the lower part of the map. Okie dokie. It's a bed. It's your soft and fluffy bed. It has a lovely sun-warmed scent. Sounds lovely. An ultra soft Squavit plush. It's massive. Your bag and hat are lying here, but it's not time to get ready yet. Squavit. If you're not familiar, I believe Squavit is a kind of squirrel Pokemon. It's been a while since I last played Scarlet actually, so, or Scarlet and Violet. I can't quite remember what some of the Pokemon are. Like, I can't remember what that is. I think that's a Squavit actually. Muncha. That's a nice big house. Oh, good morning, Scarlet. Already up and in your uniform. It really is true what they say, all kids leave home someday. It said so on TV, and it is your first day at your new school too. Though you may need to cool your jets before you race on outside. The school rang and said you need to wait here a little while. Something about your enrollment? This is where there's a knock on the door, or doorbell rings or something. Best go see who's at the door. Who knows, it may very well be the thing we're waiting for. Okay. Let's see who is at the door. Hi. Aha, this must be the right house. Do forgive the intrusion. I am the director of Uber Academy. You may call me Mr. Clavel. The director? You came all the way in person for one student? My dear madame, I apologise. I am responsible for the entire academy, and any failures on its part are also mine. But here, the enrolment documents that should have been here sooner. I actually have something else to give, but it's best to do that outside, I think. Leaving as soon as you got here? Oh, but you must stay for a cuppa before you dash off. Scarlet, you'll need your bag and your hat. Go get them so you're all ready. Mr. Clavel, this way. Mum, are you flirting with the director? Well, I truly can't refuse such a kind offer, can I? I mean, to be fair, if it wasn't like nearly 11 o'clock at night, I wouldn't mind a cup of tea right now. Right, let's get our hat and our bag then. Right, it's time to put on your hat and grab your bag, and here we are. We are now behatted and bebagged. Oh, just look at you already. Mr. Clavel said to meet him up at the big house just north of us. Okay, well that was a quick cuppa then. This looks nice. Cabo Poco, a tiny town where immeasurable journeys begin. Hello? This here is Cabo Poco. It's not much, just a little knit community we call home. What's the item kicking about here? I mean, there was a way to the beach, if I remember correctly. But the power of science technology is incredible. It's always one of them, isn't it? Clavel's words echoes. Your journey will be grand, but you still need a Pokemon partner. Yes. Because we meet Nimona. Oh, there she is. Buenas, I am Nimona. You must be the new student. We haven't met, but I remember you moved in up the road recently. I've been dying to meet you. I live in the school dorms, but my home is here, you know? Oh, the director, he must have popped into my house. Gracious. Gracious? You mean gracias? I must apologise again for keeping you waiting. But at the very least, I'm glad to see you two have been acquainted. Very good. Well then, I can begin. We provide each student entering the academy a Pokemon. I'd like you to choose a partner amongst these three here. Okay, now, I go completely against type in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. There's Sprigatito, the grass cat Pokemon. Its fluffy fur is similar to plants. It is frequently seen washing its face to keep it from drying out. Oh, okay. Well, I was going to show you the other two. We've got Fuecoco, who is he's a little like 5-y dog thing, and Quaxley, the water duck type. I can't remember now. But as I said, I go against type in this game anyway, and I usually choose Sprigatito. So, yeah, anyway. Shame the two remaining don't have a trainer. I just had a mega idea. Director Clavel, could I choose one of these Pokemon too? Oh, but Miss Nimona, did you not have a Pokemon given to you by the Academy? Not back then, no. I already had a few I was focused on raising, but now I want to raise a new one, like Scarlet. Ah, indeed. I see. Well, that is a splendid idea. Please go ahead then, and the one that remains can accompany me. Yes, okay, let me see. Well, with Sprigatito gone, I'll choose this little one. Alright then, now that we each have a Pokemon, we have to battle. Meet me down at the beach when you're ready. I'll be waiting. Right, well, we get to see one of the other ones anyway. She really is quite a tad overly fond of battles, isn't she? If you've played Scarlet, you'll know, yes, she is. She wants to battle all the time. She will be so happy to have a battle with you. Yes, I'm sure she will. Let me just have a look around her house quickly. Have a nose about. Okay. I mean, they do have their own private beach with their own private Pokemon battle arena in it. I mean, that's pretty mad. They are quite rich, though. Right, okay. This is where we start our first battle. Anyone can be a Pokemon trainer as long as they have Pokemon by their side. Let's battle. Mona wants to fight, and she sent out Fuecoco. There we go, that's what the little fire dog thing looks like. So she's chose a fire type over my grass type, which is not ideal. Oh wow. Okay, well I took that out in one hit. That was awesome. Let's go again. I think I have a strategy. You two are truly becoming fast friends. I hope you take your new schoolmate under your wing. A champion such as yourself can impart a great deal, no doubt. Oh, you bet, sir. Training Pokemon, battling Pokemon, catching Pokemon. Ah, yes, that in fact reminds me. I nearly forgot completely. You'll not get very far without your very own Pokedex. Quite the handy-dandy tool, too. Well, back in my day, we just had ordinary paper and handwritten notes to compile our Pokedexes. How old are you? Anyway. Oof. Filling out Pokedex by hand? I can't even imagine that. No, I suppose you can't. No matter how much the times may change, meeting new Pokemon never loses its wonder. Now, I still have some matters to discuss inside. Could I entrust you to take the young master here to the academy? Would be quite the favour. Of course, leave it to me. Battling Pokemon, catching Pokemon, then I shall take my leave. Young master, I am a girl, sir. Maybe I ought to make time to work on my Pokedex too. Oh! You've not caught a Pokemon, right? I'll show you the ropes before we head off to the academy. Meet me outside Cabo Poco. Will do, Nimona. Will do. Right, I don't think there's anything else for us to do here. Special thanks to my pet. Ah, so that's it then. Ah, that's a shame. But, you know what? That looked nice. This intro's pretty cool. But that was nicely done. That was nicely done. I'd like to see this expanded upon, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah. Right, there's Fuecoco. That, I think, is called Dachshund. That's Gloom, by the looks of it. That's, I can't remember what that's called. It's Lechonk. Mousehold, I think they're called. And Fuecoco again, okay. Yeah, so there we go. That was as much as we have of a Game Boy Color version of Pokemon Scarlet. That was quite nicely done. Quite nicely done, I have to say. It's a shame there wasn't a little bit more to it. Like maybe, I was hoping that we could maybe get up to the academy, you know, catch a couple of Pokemon. But yeah, I would like to see that expanded upon. So, that was the last planned video in this series of Random Sunday Funday inspired by Retro Break. However, as I say, please do keep watching, where I'm going to show you a couple of honourable mentions that were shown in the video. Okay, the first one I'd like to mention is Wolfenstein, which, no matter how much you swing it, is a bit of an ambitious project. Why have I just put it in an honourable mention and not given it its own video? Well, you'll see in a minute. Now, as we can see, I mean, it's Wolfenstein, but yeah, I mean, it's functional, it's fully functional, but I tell you what, this is more akin to Faceball than Wolfenstein. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's impressive, it's an impressive piece of work, and I'm not knocking it. Not at all. I need a door. Is this a door? It is a door. Right. But yeah, sometimes it's just a little bit tricky. Like if you're looking at things at an angle, it's a little bit tricky to see what's what. But one thing it does have over the original Wolfenstein is that at least the floor and the ceiling are different colours. But I'm going to give the guys who made this props. This is an impressive piece of programming on the Game Boy, most definitely. Now, I have to admit, I'm not the world's biggest fan of Wolfenstein 3D. I know without it we wouldn't have, you know, one of the most influential games ever, and that being Doom. But on its own, I'm sorry, just in my opinion, I just don't think it's that great. I guess it's because, I mean, I think I was a little bit too young to catch the release of it when it came out. I was around when and playing games when Doom came out, but not necessarily when Wolfenstein came out. And I think if I'd have played it when it came out, it might have been a different story. You know, experienced it at the time. But I didn't. The first one that I played was Doom. So that kind of obviously ruined it for every other 3D game on the planet. Actually, was that the first one I played? I don't know, I might have played Rise of the Triad first, before Doom. No, I definitely, Doom obviously came first. But, I am lost. Okay, that changes weapon. That pauses. Okay, I've got myself completely lost. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here, I think. Oh no, hang on. This is a new area. Where did you come from? There's a lot of detail on those sprites, I have to say. That's nice to see. Oh, my weapons got a bit, there we go, it got a bit scrambled there. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. I think the display at the bottom's got a bit scrambled as well. So yeah, here we go, Wolfenstein on the Game Boy. Looks a bit like Faceball, plays a lot like Wolfenstein. I mean, if you like Wolfenstein, give it a go. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here. So, on to our next one. Right, now this is more of a proof of concept than it is actually a fully realised game. as you can tell because of the fact that we just kind of went straight into it. But this is Axelay. Now, many people would have thought that this would not have been possible on the Game Boy due to the nature of the scrolling background, which used quite impressive technology at the time. I believe it was the Mode 7 stuff with the Super Nintendo. But I like this is just a completely like infinite looping thing. There's nothing for shooting these rocks. They don't really interact with you, but it was, like I said, just a proof of concept. But I like how the background sort of stretches and sort of scrolls, and it's okay. It's a little bit jerky in some places, but I think it looks great, especially for a Game Boy Color game. And whoever came up with this, hats off to you, sir, because you have done a great job, and it would be great to see this fully implemented, even if it was only just for one level. If you could make a fully functioning Axelay level that played like this, then I would be, well, not just me, but a lot of people would be very impressed indeed. So yeah, this was the second honourable mention. As I say, it's not a game as such, it's just a kind of proof of concept, but obviously it can be done. So, the Game Boy Color is capable of faking Mode 7. Who'd have thunk it, eh? This has obviously got some very, very, very crafty programming techniques, but it looks fantastic. So yeah, a bit disappointed that this wasn't fully realised, but even so, still got to have a little bit of a play about with it, still got to have a look at it, which I wouldn't have even known about had it not been for this series by Retro Break. So, I can only thank those guys over there for bringing it to my attention and letting me do a series based on their video. So yeah, I got to thank Retro Break for allowing me to use their work as inspiration. I'm going to thank you guys for watching the series. We've had some great responses to some of the videos, and yeah, thanks for joining me as I look at some random but interesting Game Boy Demakes. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking with it. And all I can say is I hope to catch you for the next one. So, until then, I will catch you later. Bye-bye.